Hello, guys. Welcome. Welcome to another episode of Ripster Daily Trade Recaps and Daily Teachings. All right, guys, we got our trend day. After so many choppy days, finally, we got our trend day. So we're going to discuss that. Also, we had earnings season with the blast. So we had bid the blast, the banks earnings season. Banks started the earnings season. We kicked off our earnings season with the blast. A lot of our JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, Goldman Sachs, Citibank, we nailed it live in the community. So we'll talk about that. So before we start, let's do a quick introduction to anybody who's new to me, new to my community, new to our my Twitter, X, YouTube, and just overall new to our trading system. All these trading recaps, teachings, and trade recaps and teachings, guys, are either from any trade ideas I share. I share on Twitter, I share it on YouTube with you guys in the previous videos, or anything that I discuss in my community. Mostly, it's from the community. So what most of these teachings. So we trade a repeatable system. We have a repeatable trading system, which we trade day in, day out. Ripster Cloud system is used by thousands of traders across the world to trade consistently. We also trade repeatable setups. The setups are derived out of the system, which we trade day in, day out. We do not trade anything which we cannot repeat. If we are doing a trade today, we are going long or short. We are going to do that again and again and again based upon our system, the parameters and everything. And that's how we find consistency in the stock market, trading the stocks, the options. Every morning we have this game plan. Me and my team, we put together this game plan for the day. It has news plays, earnings, index stocks, upgrades, downgrades. We have separate lists for the low floats and IPOs, all that. We have a support and resistance, and we have initial game plan, what we are going to do. So we take a look at all those. So that was the game plan for today. Let's start. In addition to that, we also have the daily levels for SPY, QQQ, IWM, VIX, Apple, Microsoft, AMD, all the index stocks. And you can pause the screen and see how a lot of these trades worked from these levels. So the traders can take these levels, save some time, and use the EMA Cloud system to trade independently, long or short, using the levels we provide every day. In addition to that, we also have our day 2, day 3 setups. Today, did not really focus too much on day 2, day 3 setups because the market was just hot. But usually the day 2, day 3 setups are also really good. We'll discuss the Lily there, what happened with the Lily. So with that, we are ready. And I'm usually on the voice first few hours of the market open. We have thousands of traders on our trading floor sharing ideas all day so that we can find opportunities on the market to make money with winning big and losing small. So we'll start that. And we have 4 or 5 option scanners, and we have stock scanners, breaking news alerts. We have a lot of value in the community. The tools we give free in the community are worth $500-600 a month, which are free for all the traders. So it's a great one-stop shop for anybody who is serious about trading. And so that's the introduction about this video, about my teachings and what I'm going to talk about. I will show you my timestamp guidance on all those trades set up that I guided the traders through and how we had a good day. Let's start. So, all right, guys, let's start talking about the market today. SPY, QQQ. Let's first visit the daily charts and see what was happening. So really today was a really trend day. CPI came in this morning, little cooler as expected. So that was a big catalyst for the market. So the market was gapping up, and market did a trend day today, right? So we had a choppy days, but today was a trend day. Not a huge range, but definitely nice little trend day. If I put the EMA clouds, which we'll talk about today on the MTF clouds, how important it was that it is reclaiming the bullish EMAs, which are our MTF clouds. And that's why, because it was a trend day, because there were so many news and banks were doing so good, this was an amazing day to make money in the market. That's why 70% of our trade were green, and only 14% traders in the community were red. Even those 14% red, most of them turned green end of the day, because not because of the alerts and all that, because of the education and the dedication towards the learning the system. And this system, you don't have to join the community to learn it. You can learn it. I've been teaching this for years and years, and thousands of traders. Even before we had a community, you can go to ripstereducation.com. You can see the live lives that have changed. So that's why I'm showing you this, right? How it's really possible to succeed in the market if you focus on a repeatable winning system with high probability and not looking for blind alerts, not looking for the challenge accounts, or trying to buy something that somebody tells you. So anyways, so this was a SPY. Let's look at intraday, and same for QQQ. We can check what QQQ was doing. So QQQ also pushed over all the key EMAs. So MTF clouds were very important today. So these are our intraday QQQ charts. Let's pull them down. So let's see what was happening. First amateur candle was little up and down. You see this? See this? So this is the amateur candle. So that's why you wait for the amateur candle. Wait for the amateur candle, and then when it breaks the flag, that's when you long it. So this is where you long. When they were breaking the flags, I said long it. You could long the EMA pullbacks, that's fine as well. But once you see the swipe back up, that's good thing. And you know where it's swiping it from. It's swiping from this Ripster 50 MTF. That's a daily 50 AM EMA cloud. We really revolutionized the day trading with our MTF clouds, because nobody really ever looked at these daily EMAs or higher time frame EMAs for day trading. Everybody looks at it for swing trading and investing. But see how we revolutionized it with our MTF cloud system. So that was the MTF cloud bounce right there. Same for QQQ, bouncing off the MTF clouds. SPY also had 20 MTF. That's when initially bearish move, right? Bearish candle. But that was the amateur move. So you don't really go crazy shorting it. It's still holding the 512. But then becomes a flag breakout long. That's when I told everybody it's a flag breakout long. This was the flag, and it's never hindsight for me. If this is a flag, I tell about the flag before the flag. That was the flag. Then we had a 10 AM flag. So these were two long setups. You long it right here, 590.70, and you take it to 590 to 71. Make it a nice, lotos 80, 90, 100%, whatever they go. So that was the first trade long, all guidance right here. You can see I told people hold 4:10 AM. Let's see the flag break. Complete guidance, step by step. Not to mention, you have these levels, easy to draw. You can look at a SPY resistance QQQ level. So the setup was gap and go, and we used our pre-market levels, our concepts of amateur to trend move, and we use our MTF clouds to take this long setup. So that was an initial move, right? So you have to take profits there, and it's a judgment call. You have to cut it, or you can cut here when the MTF breaks, that's fine. But then we had our second setup, right? So that was the morning long SPY QQQ. You saw that. But then we have our curls on this SPY QQQ, and I sent a lot of the alerts when we were curling around that area on the SPYs, on the Qs. That was the curl. This was the second setup of the day, midday 512 curl setup. And to long this setup, you just put your stops under this last candle, or if you're long here, you put stops under this candle. If you're longing right here before the full curl, you put your stops right under this level, under the MTF clouds. Similarly, right here, you put your stops here. You can trade the options, you can trade leverage ETFs, or you can trade individual index stocks which are moving with the market, which we will talk about. Because it is a trend day, the most of the stocks which are index stocks will move up, and you will have opportunity to make the money on them on the long side, which we will discuss in a minute. But you can see that how SPY QQQ, the curl, setup 1, setup 2, that's how you long gap and go on the market. Look at the difference. What was the difference from yesterday? Yesterday we chopped under the pre-market highs. Today we broke out of the pre-market highs, right? Today we broke out of the daily highs, yesterday highs. This is called inside out, and we held the gap. The biggest thing was we held the gap. How do we know we held the gap? We held our clouds, we held this level, and we broke the flag over the 20 MTF and pushed higher, pulled back right into the support, curled, push higher. So that's how to identify the bullish trend day, guys. And these were the two opportunities that you would take to trade SPY QQQ long, or even if you are trading NQ futures, same concept, nothing else. Trading this NQ futures, watching SPY QQQ, you could easily make nice points there in the morning trade. And then this was NQQQ, second setup as well, and same thing for ES futures. right there, second setup, beautiful trade on SPY QQQES as well there on the system. All right, guys. So that was for the SPY QQQs. Hopefully, you guys learned how to how to identify the bullish trend, the daily chart, the daily EMAs, and figuring out the trend day. This makes it a trend day, higher lows, higher highs, and you figure out where were your two best entries you could have taken today. Live guidance in the community. Let's go to the next one. All right, so let's now discuss Tesla. So Tesla, which was also our swing from a few days ago. Let's look at Tesla here. Let me see. I will show you in a minute. So we had Tesla from the recent sell-off when Tesla was trading at 384s. This is where I mentioned those Tesla swings on Monday when we were curling here. That's when I mentioned Tesla swing as well in our community. You can see that how that was doing. So let's see what was our game plan on Tesla. What was going on with Tesla today? Let's see. So Tesla, Allen was sued by SEC. Barclays raised the price target to 325. But the market was bullish, so we were bullish on Tesla. This was the game plan given in the pre-market. Sometime, and I also tweeted about it. Let's see what I tweeted. Bullish bias with the market. So game plan ready for the day, ready for Tesla. Do you decide you want to trade? So this was a flag breakout, which I talked about and gave it on Twitter at versus 405. I was a little late, but still I told them on Twitter. But let's look at the full recap now. So let's go here and see what was happening. Okay, so let's see here. It's easier for me to show you here than there. So you see that how a Tesla was doing. I was long here when it was pulling back the starters on the amateur move. I got out. And one thing, guys, if you are trading and swing trading, keep a separate account for swing trading and keep a separate account for day trading, so that you don't mess up both the things in the same account. So anyways, so Tesla was long versus 406, 405. You see that 406, 405. That was my guidance to everyone. When it pulled back, I took out my starter because, I didn't want it to fail and then fail on me and fill the gap. So I took out the starter. But as soon as I took it out, I noticed a big swipe. And remember, this was just an amateur move. This was just an amateur move. This was not a trend move yet. So amateur moves, anything can happen up and down until the trend move comes. Right away when I saw the swipe, I told everybody long again at the 410 area. You get back long in it, 410, 412, that's fine. That's the flag break that I tweeted as well. And then we break the flag. Then the first target was 413, 415. You see this flag, 415 target met. Then we pulled back. I gave a stops for 412. Why did I give a stops for 412? Because there was some level from where it was rejecting and bouncing. So and I also saw the buyers on the book map. So for me, that was a good level. Then the EMAs as a stop, swing stops at 400, meaning if you're bought it at the open on the dip, that's your swing stop. Of course, we were heading swings before that. And then I just hold. 412 stops, and next flag, you see this flag, 420 next target. So that was how we traded Tesla, guys. Repeatable setup. And then finally, the end of the day, we got the flag break. I told everybody to move the stops to 415, and then next target was 425 and 430. We were short of the 430 target, but still we are swinging it as well. We are not just swinging it because the sake of it. A lot of traders just swing because they have small account and they're stuck and they can't close. No, you swing it because you're profitable. You swing it, let's say you 1,000 shares. If you have same account, you lock profit on 600, leave 400 as a swing, or you use a separate account for swing. So anyways, beautiful day trade. Even the options went crazy on Tesla. If you, let's see, if you want to look at here, let's look at 415s or 420 lottos. 420 lottos from the morning, it went from $6 all the way to $13. They went 100%, and some of the lottos went even more. So that's the beauty of the system, guys. Everything in front of you. Pre-market planning. We did the pre-market planning. We did, we came with the plan. And here's another thing. This was the MTF, 20 MTF. That was the power of 2021 MTF clouds. And that was the level Tesla was bouncing there. And then this was a pre-market flag. And this was the 512 curls. So you understand why it was bullish. And you use tools like Bookmap, which we use every day, available in the community. So to make profitable trade, it was very easy on Tesla. Even if you risk, if you're trading risking $1,000, let's say you have, 200 shares, or let's say you have 500 shares, and if you're risking $2,000, you could easily make $6,000-7,000 on that trade. So that was a beautiful trade. Tesla bounced off the daily clouds. You can see that you can see that it's holding the daily clouds for a while now. And Tesla was also bouncing from the daily Ripster 3450 clouds as well. So nice curl, expecting Tesla to push a little higher there. But that was a nice trade. Beautiful winner in the community. All right, so let's talk about AMD now. So what's happening with AMD? Let's go to the daily chart. AMD was also a swing at a couple of days back. I told everybody to add because we were at this 114.50 area. Nice stops, good area. You see that how the daily charts work. You see how AMD was holding this level 1, 2, 3 times. So this gives you an amazing stop for your swing. And I had discussed, you can watch yesterday's video, Monday's video. I discussed this as well for the swing. We were also short intraday yesterday, but it was also a swing from this 114 level. And you see where it's bouncing from, same level. So anyways, AMD was a long today. Why was it a long? Why was AMD a super confident long? Let's look here. All right, so AMD, we came ready with the AMD in the pre-market. Let's see what was the plan in the pre-market on AMD. Let's go to our pre-market levels. So AMD was right here, 118, 118.90, 118. Those were our two levels, 118. And there was, I think, 118.19 was yesterday's level, basically 118.90. This was our level, but it was pushing our MTF clouds, guys. Understand one thing, MTF clouds are nothing but high time frame EMAs on the smaller charts, but they give you high probability trading. So this is a 1 hour EMA. This tells me the 1 hour has turned bullish on AMD. 1 hour has not been bullish since 7th of the January when it started selling. It tried to go, sold off the MTF clouds. That's why we were short. But today, the second try, it pushed over the MTF cloud and turned into a nice long. That's why I gave it a long. Not only that, I also gave it a long because market was strong and I gave the first target of 120. Then as we started to move higher, I gave the stops of 118. Why did I give the stops of 118? Not this clouds, because just the clouds don't really matter. More important is the support and resistance, and I could tell that 118 is a nice level. This candle low support, and there was probably a buy on the 118. That's why I gave this 118 stops. And then we did a flag breakout. We met our 120 target and also saw ongoing swing. Beautiful winner intraday, morning flag breakout, long right here, take it to 119.50. Midday calls, be a little patient, put your stops at 118 like I said, and trade it long and make money again. All right, so let's look at some other plays today. IONQ was a beautiful MTF trade as well. You can see that multi-time frame EMA clouds tells you when to long something. IONQ was beautiful short for a few days, right? All the EMA is bearish. You need a system which tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to long, when to short, right? So you need all that. So IONQ was the same example, right? It was selling off when the yields were higher. Remember, when the yields are higher, these companies which are more like, hype, euphoric type of the stocks, which are not like the proven companies, but which are a future focused companies, some of them are pre-revenue, pre-profit, all that. So these, the quantums and nuclears and all these stocks were selling off. But today when market gapped up, CPI came lower, I did tell everyone, make sure you watch the quantum names, right? Also, NVIDIA had some quantum day plan or something like that. And then I did say quantum, rocket, space, air taxi, watch all of them for recovery, all of them for recovery. But the best one out of all those was IONQ. IONQ was best one because Quantum also had news. So let's look at IONQ, how we traded it. It's actually a nice swing as well. IONQ. So IONQ was the MTF long. Pre-market, we came up with the plan. We were ready to hit this IONQ long. You can see that right at the game plan. And we longed it right away. I told everybody to long. The stops were 33. As we started to push, you keep moving the stops up. And then our next. So same concept, guys, same concept. When to long, when to short. So today it was time to long. We have the catalyst. We know the CPI is lower and, yields are coming down. These names can go. So that's why I specifically talked about that. Quantum stocks are on watch. And of course, NVIDIA had some news as well on the quantums. And quantums are also day 3, day 4 setups. The 1 hour turn bullish, 50 EMA on the daily MTF cloud turn bullish. That's the breakout. And then there was a nice breakout right here. So all day long, MTF 38 was the first target, and then 38 target met, and the next target, of course, was over 40. I think a lot of traders are swinging it, but this was a nice $6 per share winner today in the community. Just insane trade for us. This is the opportunities we always look for. Beautiful trade. So something you watch, why IONQ pushed right here. This was a 20 EMA and the flag break right at 20 EMA, and then the support resistance becomes support. It pulls back there. I told everyone that it's going to push higher, and it did the same thing and kept on pushing. Push, pull back. You can buy here. So do not forget this concept of pullback, support, resistance becomes a support, and we continue to push higher, guys. Beautiful trade. All right, let's look at our earnings trades today. Amazing start of the earnings season. You can see I have been teaching you this every day, from years and years, and I'm very happy a lot of traders, even on Twitter, nail a lot of these setups. And of course, in the community, I expect everybody to nail it because we have done it this again and again and again and again and again. Every time we do this same thing. Okay, so JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, Goldman Sachs, Citibank, those 4 banks were on our game plan today. I highlighted them in red because they were main focus. Even on the voice, I focused on them. JP Morgan will let's first start with Goldman Sachs. Okay, bank earnings. Let's start with Goldman Sachs. So that was the plan on Goldman. Bullish bias to long the cloud pullback, 588, 580, 595, breakout there. So as soon as I saw the strength right at the open in the amateur move on the Goldman Sachs. This was our risk level right there, and then it started to push over 595. Then I saw it's as a long. I'd mentioned it on the voice even before I mentioned here. I already had mentioned it on the voice that Goldman Sachs is a beautiful long. 600 breakout. My targets were 605. So then the second target was 610. We met our 605 target in the morning, and then Goldman pulls back. That's fine. You can get out here if you want because you made your money already, and the options moved nicely there on Goldman Sachs or even on the shares. But you look here, right? So I was giving the stops around like 598 or something, or 600, but 600 was not actually working. This 598 was a better stops. So you get back here on the reclaim. You see most of money is made at the open, and after that it's just a little chop. So this was a nice winning trade here, but I know a lot of traders held with the stops and they again made a little bit back there. But you see the big move is right here, 595, 600 all the way to 608, and then sideways chop. And you have to manage these red candles. You have to manage, because if you're long here or you're long here, you have to use this risk right here, because this 3 candles should not make your trade from green to red. So anyways, beautiful winner, Goldman Sachs. Let's look at the next bank. All right, so next bank we're going to look at is Wells Fargo. So let's see how Wells Fargo did. Again, everything bullish, market bullish, banks bullish, no need to panic, but let's see here. Wells Fargo was a little choppy though. Wells Fargo was a little choppy. It was not the same. It was a little choppy, so you had to do some adjustments on Wells Fargo. Not my favorite setup, but the Wells Fargo actually was doing the 512 curls right here at 955. So going higher, pulling back, reclaiming, pushing, going consolidation, and then finally broke out end of the day. So it needed little little patience, so I'll show you the difference between this and Citigroup, which was another one of our main longs there. We'll take a look here. So Wells Fargo, only long cloud pullbacks. 75 was the resistance, 73.50 was the support there, and you can see that when this happens, you have to make a judgment call to how to manage your stops there. But Wells Fargo was not a bad. It has a smaller ATR, but still it's okay. You could, but it wasted a lot of your time going to this job until end of the day. Then when it pulled, so that was Wells Fargo. Let's look at the next one. So let's look at Citigroup. Okay, so Citigroup was one of my favorites today. That was one of the best banks. So I mentioned to everyone, Citigroup is the second best long. So first one was the Goldman Sachs. Citigroup was second best long. The reason on the Citibank was the pre-market planning was bullish bias to cloud long. For a cloud long, EPS plans to do a buyback plan, all that. Support was 75, resistance was 78. So as soon as the market opened, I saw the amateur candle, didn't say anything, but when I saw this, that's when I told everybody that it's the 512 curl long, and that's where you long it. You take it from 76. The first target was 77, 78, 79. We pushed towards 79 target. You see here 79 target I gave, and we pushed toward that target. 77 calls went 150%, and then it pulled back. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. Even if you stop out here, that's perfectly fine. But then it gave this 512 curls, right? It gave this 512 curls, and then it pushed back towards 79 target. Then it flatlined all day, guys. You need to understand when this section happens, it doesn't want to break down, doesn't want to go up. Tomorrow will be important, though. We'll be watching all these charts. You have to analyze the daily charts as well. Citigroup all-time highs. No, not all-time highs. Citigroup is at 52-week highs. So it has some room to push higher on this good move. So we will be watching it. But regardless, opportunity Citibank 512 calls long in the morning, 512 calls long in the mid of the day. So that was our second bank. Let's go to the next one. So JP Morgan was a little disappointing today. Very good earnings, solid earnings, but there was no long. So we did not long it at the open. The amateur move was the short move, and that amateur move was short move. And that short actually flushed to 243. It did flush to 243 when I was mentioning on the voice. If you were quick enough, you could make that short. You see that it flushed from that 250 to 43. You could actually make quick $3-4 on that short. So that was the short. You can see that how it flushed by right down there, and then let's see here, then it tried to bounce. So after that it became choppy, and the short did not work. We tried to hit the short again. Of course it's not going to work because all the other banks are strong, market is strong, and then it went into the chop, up down, and then it gave a 34.50 long. It was a long, but it was a choppy long, very hard long. So that was our loser this morning. It was very disappointing, but we'll be watching it tomorrow and see what it does tomorrow. So anyways, that was JP Morgan. The best one was Goldman Sachs, Citibank, Wells Fargo, and JP Morgan. All right, let's look at the next one. Next one is NVDA. So NVDA was actually nice setup. I liked it more for the swing rather than the day trade. And that's why when I saw the strength, I gave that as a swing versus 131 risk. You're risking $1 or $2, and you're probably trying to make $5, $6, $7, $8, $10. Who knows? We hit 140. Because it's a daily chart. So NVIDIA was the daily chart because it was bouncing from this daily level. This is your defined risk right here, this area. So that's why I liked it for swing. So that's why I gave it as a swing in the morning as well. Of course, you could day trade with MTF Cloud. Continuous guidance all day. That's why even if it was pulling back, we were fine. We were holding the clouds, and then it nice push from that mention at 10 a.m. around 134 area to 136. We are up $2 on that swing right now. So that's really looking good. So important thing to learn here is, guys, that it was it was another MTF long, right? It's a 1 hour is turning bullish. You can go to the 1 hour chart and then you can see that how the 1 hour is turning bullish. You can see that the power of the 1 hour clouds, 1 hour cloud, 1 hour EMA clouds. You can look at the 1 hour EMA cloud, what it is doing. You see that it's been bearish since January to Tuesday, and now it's turning 1 hour bullish. And once we push over the daily 50 EMA, we can expect a push towards 140s, right? But now if it breaks back, then you have to use this area as your stops on your swings and get out. But regardless, there's an opportunity to do day trade long as well. Again, simple repeatable setup, combination of MTF clouds and Ripster 10-minute clouds. Beautiful trade. Let's look at Meta. So Meta was a similar setup, guys. We had it on Gameplan as well. TikTok planning to shut off its app on Sunday. If market bullish, long versus 600. I gave the plan in the morning, 602, 600, two levels. Another MTF long. Today was day over the MTFs. Today the 1 hour was turning bullish. So 1 hour Ripster MTF clouds gave us so many longs. Right where it's breaking out, I said it's a good long on the voice. And then there was a flag. Same thing, guys. It just follows the market. Just follows the market. Exactly. You see how the market and SPY is synced up. Everything is just following the market, guys. Today was a day. That's why 80% of people were green in the community, 70% in the morning. Rest of the traders became green by end of the day because of the many repeatable setups. The traders who couldn't make money here, they make money in the midday. MTF cloud setup, 512 curl setup. You can change your life, guys. You just have to focus on doing the setups, just like the lives I've changed with my education. You can thousands of lives. I'm very proud of that because you have to learn to do these things yourself. Of course, always the guidance there on Meta. And Meta, then when it broke out of here on the news, I told everybody to hold it and it should push higher. Now Meta pushed higher nicely, that was fine. But then we said there's a news risk. So there is a news risk on the swing. So didn't really like it as a swing, and that's what happened. Meta pulled back right on the MTF clouds. But beautiful winner on the day trade. You risk 600, you risk 602s. Even if you're risking $3, you are almost making $10-12. So you're risking, let's say, 1,000. You're risking $1,000. You can make $4,000 on the shares. Beautiful trade. Let's go to the next one. All right, let's recap some of other plans, long game plans. Snap was another one with the TikTok, guys, because of the TikTok news. Snap MTF long setup, you can see that. Let's hear another one, which was our MTF long Snap. You could make nice little profit here, 1175 to 1220. Of course, it's going to tag. So that was another winner on the MTF clouds. Let's look at some more here. So Spot had an upgrade, 540 from 485 by UBS, tier 1, tier 2 kind of a bank. So it had a bullish bias, and Spot was nice. We were so busy. I mean, everything was working this morning. I did give the Spot long as well, but it was just, I was expecting break 5, now 492, and we maybe hit towards 500, but we never broke that. Regardless, if you follow the game plan, that was a really nice trade from 476 to 4890. That was a nice move, guys. Beautiful winner in the community, Spot. So let's look at Lily now. So Lily was our choppy loser, one of another choppy loser, didn't do anything. It's fine. Because not every time you have to find trend. You see that what Lily was doing, up, down, up, down. When it was breaking down the amateur move, I mentioned the short, but then it swiped back, covered the short, but it could not break highs, so never became a long. All day chop. You should get out of this trade. If you're losing money, take the loss, move on. There's no time wasting. When something goes up and down the EMAs, there's no trend. This is the trend. This is not the trend. Understand the chop. This is the chop. EMAs also tells you when it's the chop, and EMA tells you when it's the trend. So Lily was loser there today. So guys, that was the summary of the day. Beautiful day today. That's how traders were doing so good. Very proud of so many traders today. Just amazing calls. MSTR was a great call today by Kevin on the floor. I think ABCD made some nice calls today. The whole floor was on fire. Mikshu was on fire as usual. ALK, all of our senior traders were just killing it. Tape. Just love these kind of days, love, because once you focus on something based upon the system, you really do well. You know, all the other names were bullish. Amazon, look at the Amazon, that was an MTF long, bounced in from 34.50. That was a midday setup, that was nice. You know, excuse me, Google was pretty good. MTF longs, you know, you could see that how it rallied all day. Kind of a little choppy there, but it was with the market. And you know, pick anything today, was really good. Coin was the MTF long. You can see that how that one pushed over the MTF, and I think I mentioned that coin as long as well. So there was a lot of opportunities today, guys. That's why we do it, that's why we plan. Without the planning, nothing's going to happen. So make sure you're ready for these setups. Take care. Thank you. Bye bye.